Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here, and today I'm reviewing the Transformers KREO Battle Changers Megatron. For those who don't know the KREO line, they're basically Transformers knockoff Legos. Now, of course, KREO doesn't belong to Transformers directly. They do other sets. I think did they do the Call of Duty sets, or was that Mega Bloks? But they do other sets like some city sets and everything. Oh, I hit the camera. But one of their big ones was, of course, Transformers. They have had a lot of different sets. There are the Kreons themselves, which are basically, for the Transformers line, where they were humans and Transformers that couldn't transform. They were just Kreon-shaped Transformers, basically. Kind of similar to Acid Storm here. Then there were the sets that could actually transform like Acid, which, I mean, were basically the Kreons, just with some extra pieces to kind of help part form, and oh, there went his Seeker. And most of the time, these sets... Oh, wait, his guns are just not happy. Acid Storm's guns do not want to stay on. Sorry about that. But most of the time these sets would come with all these extra parts that didn't have anywhere to go in one mode or the other, depending on which mode you're talking about. And of course, you would have to either have them sit to the side or something, but they would allow, these were the extra parts that allowed them to transform. Then you also had the much bigger sets, which I think there are some sets where it was basically just a Lego set where it turned into a vehicle or a robot. And then you had the really big sets, the biggest sets that would actually do both. You actually had enough pieces in those sets to make both a robot and then discombobulate and then turn into a vehicle, which would take like 2 to 3 hours to do. But you could actually do that, and none of these really had any element of transformation. They were pure, just part-forming, moving stuff around. Until you have these, the Battle Changers. The Battle Changers, while they are still built from Lego, knockoff Lego pieces and Bionicle pieces to some extent, they are actually able to transform fully while in part forming, except for, like, say, the weapons, but we're not counting those. Any Transformer's got to move its weapon around. So here we have Megatron. This is not the Megatron from the 2-pack, as that Megatron turns into a tank, and it's more based on the G1 design. This Megatron, I want to say, is based on the Transformer Prime design. One, it's got this, like, alien jet kind of mode. Plus, you can see the details from the stickers that you have to apply. Yes, the stickers that come with it, you have to apply them. They are quite the pain in the butt. But you can see the stickers have a very much like a Transformer Prime-esque look to them with detailing. Especially right here, which looks very similar to Megatron's chest from the show. Especially this right up here in the front. Even the shape is kind of very similar to it. But how the Battle Changers work is they basically take a Kreon body. You can see, comparing it to Acid Storm here, you can see it's basically a Kreon body, but the arms and the legs do all the transforming, really. The chest and head just sit there, and are usually the undercarriage for most of these figures. And then the arms and the legs and the back kibble all do transforming to make something that resembles a vehicle. And they're pretty big size, too. I mean, for comparison, here he is next to Legends Sea Spray. You can see he's about the size of a Legends figure in this mode. I mean, he's a pretty decent size thing here. And I found these for about $6 at Dollar General. Dollar General is the only place I found these, so I've ever even seen these. And they were $6 a pop, so not bad. Although I think they were originally $12. I think they're on clearance. And I also have Ironhide here for another comparison, who's also a Battle Changer. You can see they're all about the same size, about pretty close to Legend size. But as I mentioned, these are stickered, and they do actually use the brick snapping to transform and hold the pieces together. Although you can see, not always holding together the best. You kind of got to get everything just lined up right. Also, for Megatron in particular here, for some reason his instructions were showing his little feet pieces here backwards. Because what was showing was having them popped off and around like this. Oh, and there went his other one. That's one problem with KREO. These do not hold together the best, at least not on these Battle Changer sets from what I can tell. They are popping apart. As you saw, Acid Storm just kind of pops completely apart there. But for some reason, instructions are showing having these pieces like that. Not folded out like this, but up against the front, like... Oh, why is it this one? Oh, and there goes everything. Alright, I'm moving the weapon out of the way. There. These little pieces in particular do not like to hold on. They use them for the feet a lot. But you can see, it doesn't really make sense to have it like that, just kind of sticking out. Oh. And yes, I will say the stickers are a pretty major pain, since there's a lot of really long ones that only fit a certain shape, so... But, it's an okay looking vehicle mode, especially for like a little knockoff Lego thing. He does have a gun here, doesn't shoot anything, but, it's a nice little clear plastic gun. So we'll go ahead and get down to the transformation. It is pretty simple. It's a lot of kibble forming, if I'm going to be honest. So you're going to take the jet back here and just kind of flip it up out of the way, revealing the head. Take the upper wings and just fold them back, and then the outer wings will follow suit. Come to the sides here, and you're actually going to peg these little stilts that will form his arms up and off to the side. Then you can take the whole, well, not the whole bottom vehicle, you actually got to come in here, grab this middle section, pull it on back as well. Then you can grab the whole front section here and twist it around. As far as the kibble go, you're kind of just going to have it all hanging there like that. Then these pieces, you're going to take what was the front of the spaceship and flip it back to where you can give him heel spurs. Yeah, these are his feet, these are his heel spurs. And there you have Megatron in his robot mode. Go ahead and get the camera up. And also, what's a neat little thing, you do want to rotate the arms forward so that we can have the forward elbow joint. It does give him these little sideways claw things. Is you do get the gun, it does have the peg that comes off the side like this, so that way you can have him hold it, despite his claws being sideways. Or you can go full on G1 or even Transformers Prime and actually peg it into one of these holes here and give him an arm cannon. Or a shoulder mounting cannon if you prefer, but we're going to go with arm cannon here because it's Megatron. So you can see right there, you get a pretty neat little Transformers Prime G1 style Megatron. Now we have Megatron in his robot mode. Let's go get size comparisons out of the way. First off, here he is next to Legend Sea Spray. You can see once again, about the same size as Legends figure, a little bit taller. Mainly due to Megatron having really tall legs, as if we pull in Shockwave here, who's a little bit smaller, you see he's slightly smaller than Legends actually. Here he's next to the blind bag Kreon, little Kreon Acid Storm again. You can see much bigger than the little guys. And finally, let's go ahead and pull in the air battle chargers that I have. Here we have Ironhide, who uses a very similar transformation, Shockwave, and finally Grimlock. All of them from like different waves, I think, too, which is kind of funny. And yeah, just looking at this, you can kind of start seeing the problems with Megatron. Let me go get Grimlock locally so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. For some reason, for Ironhide and Megatron here, they both have this kind of thing of their back kibble and legs doing transformation. Like, granted, all of these battle changers have back kibble. Like, even Grimlock especially has some pretty nasty back kibble. But Shockwave here has a pretty good balance of it, as you can see. You see quite a bit of the kibble does work into the arms to give him a bit more of a bulky exterior, as well as the legs. And only a little bit on the back. Megatron Ironhide here, though, especially Ironhide, huge amounts of kibble and Megatron's entire legs are just kibble. To the point that because of how he transforms, it actually makes more sense to me to kind of turn his waist back around and have this part facing forward, and that gives him more of an actual pair of legs because they actually have his feet and stuff. Yeah, it's showing in the hollow parts of the legs, but at least he actually has feet and actually really resemble legs. Because otherwise, you have the other way, you just kind of have these stilts he's standing on. And he does have balance because, I mean, he does have the heel spurs sticking out a mile, but he doesn't really have, he has like no real feet syndrome. And Ironhide has no real feet and no real hand syndrome, so they're kind of weird. I'm not sure what was going on with Megatron and Ironhide. Like, why Shockwave and Grimlock got such better robot modes. Ironically, I think Megatron and Ironhide got the better vehicle modes, so I guess, you know, could only be one or the other, really, but still, Shockwave's got a pretty good balance for both, and then Megatron's just kind of that. Well, let's go and get all that out of the way. As far as the kibble goes, you can, like, kind of spread it back out to, like, a wing pack if you want. If you want to reduce some of the back kibble, it gives them a lot more sideways kibble, plus he still has the big old heels. I mean, that works too if you want, but I prefer just keeping it all collapsed. Kind of up out of the way of its articulation, you can do that, and that makes it even stick out further. So I leave it about there. But looking at the detail, this is where I really think he's based on Transformers Prime Megatron. For one, yeah, the helmet can work for G1 as well, but the face, with all the detailed and wrinkled kind of looked, it really does kind of make me think of Transformers Prime Megatron. Then you get the chest plate here. I'm not sure it's gonna focus or not, but the chest plate is clearly Transformers Prime Megatron with the kind of curved look and little hooked details. I mean, it really is just Transformers Prime Megatron's chest as a decal on a little Lego figure, basically. Oh, that little piece just popped off from somewhere. Ah, I know where this came from. Oh, wait, I did that wrong moment. Yeah, little pieces like to pop off real easily. Oh, I did it wrong again. Oh, wait, it's supposed to go. Oh. That was my bad. Well, like I said, these Kreon pieces do not hold together best. Maybe it's just the paddle changers. But they do not like to hold together very well. And one thing to be warned about is the shoulders do take a lot of stress, as I've already noticed some stress marks on Ironhide's shoulder here. Not quite sure you can make that out, but there's like little stress marks on the inside of his shoulder there. Over here too, actually, so. I'm not seeing any on Megatron, but still be careful with these. These are pretty loose stuff. But like I said, it's like they took a Kreon, stuck some new legs and arms on them, and they do all the transformation for that. But it does come out with some pretty neat little Transformers. They're a lot better than the built-to-roll figures from back in the Armada age and Energon. And, I mean, he looks alright. He's got a lot of killer problems, and his proportions are all over the place. But I think he actually looks alright. His transformation isn't that bad either. Articulation-wise, he also has a decent amount. His head can rotate, although the helmet's more likely to rotate than the head, so you might have to pop off the helmet in order to do that. But you can rotate the head. You can also have the heel spur fall off again. Yeah, I gotta say, out of all the battle changers, this one's gonna be the one I would recommend the least. Not just on the aesthetics, but also on the fact that his pieces do not hold together at all. But he does have a ball joint at his shoulder. There is actually a little piece there that's open for him to actually move his shoulder outward, as well as forward and back. He does have ball joints at elbows, so you can bend it and twist all the way around. So you can have him with normal claw kind of forward like that, or you can have him like with the claw kind of. You can go from like roll style to like crab claw style. He does have a waist. He actually does have waist movement, which is pretty nice. As due to transformation, but still, you get full movement in the hips, universal hips. Same with the knees, and there goes the heel spur and the little piece again. But you know, you do get knees, twist all the way around. And this little piece does not want to stay on. And this isn't just because I'm doing a review and it's like, oh, one of those MGO moments where it only does it during the review. No, it's been doing this whole time. And yeah, the heel spur, you can technically move these around if you want to make them lean back a little, you know, lean it forward a little. You can actually kind of get something like that going if you balance it just right. But basically, if you're going to adjust the heel spurs, I recommend holding down the tabs that are attached to you like this with your fingers and then just laying it down flat. You can see like that. So yeah, that's KREO Battle Changers Megatron. An okay figure. I do think there are other Battle Changers. Honestly, if you're going to buy any of them, get Shockwave, because Shockwave is just really nice. Grimlock is also pretty decent. Just be warned about his back kibble here, but Grimlock himself is actually pretty nice. He's like Shockwave where he balances it out a bit better. Not quite as well as Shockwave, but still pretty decently. Ironhide pretty much has the exact same problem as Megatron, and in some ways much worse. He just doesn't have the weird proportion problems that Megatron does. But, yeah, Megatron's like extremely tall for his Battle Changer sets. And yeah, you can rearrange these pieces because they are Lego, but, you know, transformation doesn't quite work right when you do that. And I kind of like to leave my figures exactly as they're intended to be most of the time. Unless it's something really useful like a Human Alliance Bumblebee. But, you know, there is Battle Changers Megatron. He's, like I said, an okay figure. Really good articulation, but all the Battle Changers have really good articulation. I really do like his vehicle mode, and I do think he has a cool transformation, especially for like a Lego figure. Just this robot mode's a kind of a mess. So, this has been Nerd Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope you have a good day. Take care.